and churches that were built before 1527 were Catholic. What am I now talking about? So this is so much better. But there you have it. This is the royal stables. There are some 34
the royal stables.
Inside there.
This is the Crown Bakery.
I have a question. Sir? Joe. Joe?
Ingrid Bergman went here.
Questions?
Stockholm is booming. Booming with construction. He invented the propeller. And he invented the turning gun tower. This is the Wallenberg Monument.
It's like this with modern art. It talks to you and tells you different things.
There's hope for the future after World War II. He saved people from the Nazis. That's his signature.
And he died. He never came back from it. When the war was already over, he was to go from the Swedish embassy to the Soviet embassy.
Those are railroad tracks from a concentration camp.
Good names of the one and it says here in many different languages. The road was straight when Jews were deported to death. The road was winding, dangerous, and full of obstacles when Jews were trying to escape from the murderers. So this is the Raoul Wallenberg Square. And
today, Sweden receives refugees because of him. Names of Jews that perished. This is the King's Garden. Looks like they're taking down some staging from a concert yesterday. These are the King's Gardens.
but this was, so this is
Catholic Church.
the building.
Beautiful church. Cranes everywhere. They're building more stories onto existing buildings. St. James Church. Only the royal family used to be able to enjoy this park. There's the palace in the distance. He's pointing at Moscow, I guess, to get back at him. We need to do the same thing in the United States right this minute. Very important.
Yes.
He was the first to try to invade Russia.
Charles XII. Currently, Charles XVI is in charge. The king drives himself to work.
Where Thorn Palace, and then he does his thing until 9 to 5. Also, we get in the
It
afternoon.
works from 9 to 5. He's only a figurehead.
Everything is decided by the majority of the people.
Okay, this is the Parliament building. These are more government buildings. That's the Ministry of Defense. State Department there.
The Swedish flag is the yellow and blue.
We have a visit
Red
from
and white is
Denmark. The red and white is Denmark.
this is the Danish
So there's a royal visit from
ministry for foreign.
official visit from Denmark today. At the top is their Uncle Sam, which is actually a woman. There used to be a fireplace behind her, and smoke looked like it was coming out from her behind, so they sealed it off years ago. More than 30,000 islands in the archipelago here, more than Indonesia. The Prime Minister leads the government. The Prime Minister implements the Parliament's decisions.
It's like there are basically the two things that we normally are discussing before the party is politics and religion. Those two subjects that we normally discuss.
This is the Prime Minister's residence, or the 10 Downing Street, so to speak. The Prime Minister lives here. This is the division between the lake and the sea right here. Freshwater versus saltwater. The drink water is over on this side, coming over the bridge. And this gentleman is fishing for salmon. Charlotte's Web. There's the City Hall with the 3 crowns. Starting at the Parliament, this main street goes all the way down through downtown. Yeah. Well, they're starting this tradition of the locks. On one bridge in Europe, they had to take the locks off because they were weighing down the bridge and it almost broke. again, there's City Hall.
They don't prioritize that. So you have to sit in the rain. Questions?
We're going past the Parliament now, and there's security here, of course, right there, and then some security up here on the right, but nothing like the United States, nothing like England. This was originally Parliament, and this was Bank of Sweden, but they changed it. 1971, they changed it. That's a new chamber they built in the 70s.
It starts at the end of the 1980s. It's also
The other side of Parliament here.
with
The three crowns are the coat of arms.
that's what that under are four lions. The lion symbolizes
And then lions underneath.
power in Sweden. Power. So that's a symbol. Crowns.
The Bank of Sweden was a national bank and still is to this day.
And to the bank and said, I want to have my money back.
Franciscan Monastery, 1290. This street was outside the city wall. These were two separate houses, and then they built more floors in between.
Sweden then was a very poor country. Sweden was then one of the poorest countries in Europe.
These are offices for the Parliament members all the way around this round building. This was originally a jetty that went down to the water.
That's a lot. For that time.
There are no post offices in Sweden. There are no post offices in Sweden. It's privatized. You pick up your package at a 7-Eleven or other places. Sweden has privatized more than anywhere else.
The north. So a wind from the north is a wind from hell. And this whole area was called hell in the past. And that has to do with location. This is north of the church up there. And on the north side, the area was called hell in many places in Northern Europe in the past.
This used to be called Hell Alley. Now it's Priest Street.
So when you look in here, you see mainly building from the 1600s. You see beams going out in the top. Those are lifting arrangements where merchants and people used to lift goods up to the attics for storing them there. And then if you go into the houses, however, and down in the cellars, it's more often medieval, 13 and 1400s. Where's Mark? Get this. You didn't know about that. That's what I suspect. So 12 o'clock.
This is the cathedral.
There will be a change.
Tie bolts. $1,300s down in the cellars. It's a Rick Steves official telephone booth. Even has his name on it. This is the old stock exchange building. Now they announced the Nobel Prize winners and select them here. Beautiful fountain here. This is the oldest street in the city, the Merchant Street. This is our guide's neighbor.
I have a party with 28 people.
That's his childhood home
Us too.
and his family.
I don't have my glasses on, but that's what I was.
This is our guide's apartment. He's so gracious to let us come here.
Is it?
Please come in, please sit down. Please sit down. Was moved in, and that was called the honeymoon blocks. And then they never moved out because the old town now is something totally different. And 12 years ago we moved here. Before that, we lived in a house.
Oh, we didn't know they were married.
We almost
And
come to be.
Gabriella. Yeah.
Yeah. But please don't. Oh, you're in line behind there. So when we moved, we had a house before. We had Gabriella has 3 sisters and 1 brother, and we lived in a house with 3 floors, 7 rooms, garden, garage, sauna, laundry, nice quiet area. And we sold that house, and we bought this. And this apartment cost 1.5, almost twice as much as what we sold, a 7-room house. Wow. Now most of it often, very often, put on entrepreneur for private companies that operate what used to be operated by the public. And sometimes, I'm not sure it's good. I think